Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wano Deck Deep Dive as we go into the first Tankova, one of the South Egg divisions, and division that already had a bit of a roller coaster as it already got nerfed with the patch Danas and Motostrelzi and BMP1 nerf, leading to this deck already changing a bit in my hands as well. And yeah, let's jump in here and talk about the deck and why I still think it's a good deck, but it's not OP anymore, and people still treat it as like it is OP, which led to it not performing as well in the One League so far. BMP once coming around as your first CV. It's the only 3 availability CV here, so we take it. The other CVs coming in the tank tab, and then we have 2 cards of normal small truck supply and 1 big supply truck. You need the 3 supply to get your artillery through the game, and it's always nice to have 3 so that you for sure don't run out. And yeah, the BMP1 here is key with the 3, so that's why we fill the slot like this. And in the infantry tab, we fill everything up as well. And here, we already have some change. Beforehand, when the Motostrelzis were 40 points, you always took them. Now they are side grade to the Motostrelzi RPG 7, both being 40 points, one having more accuracy and more ammo, and one more pen on the AT weapon, the Motostrelzi, having higher rate of fire on the AT weapon, which in some situations can be nicer. So, and only one less pen, which isn't really the big difference. So these are a bit of a side grade. That's why we take one of each in BMP1s, and then we take the RPG 7 with the BMP2 2 times on 2-vet, because the BMP2 profits a lot from the 2-vet as well, making the BMP2 a lot more efficient, getting it to 60% accuracy on the ATGM, and increasing the capabilities of the 30mm by a lot as well. So, and the Motostrelzi inside gets more capable as a fighting force with double MG as well. So that's why we take these guys at 2-vet, Deniste at 1-vet in the V3S, so that we have something fast going around that can follow up our recon. And then Fargot ATGM teams with, yeah, the classic small ATGM, no Conquerors teams in this, so Fargot it is. And they can be quite helpful on the sides here, helping out with the cost efficiency of the deck. Artillery tab, a really good one. The Danas still good at 230 points. They're not up the artillery anymore. The low range also means that they have low accuracy, and they struggle a bit with that. And then we have the SVO as a really good thermobaric unit if you use it in town fights. This is what enables you to win town fights. Your infantry is pretty low on numbers and not the biggest squad, not the most efficient there. So if you want to win town fights, you usually have to bring the SVO, and that enables you winning those town fights quite often. So a really key unit in this deck. And yeah, together with the Dana and then the Tulipan. Strong artillery. Tulipan, you want to push pretty close to the front line as well. It is strong artillery in form of a really inaccurate gun, but the 240mm does good damage. So for 1 or 10 points, it can be pretty worthwhile. You just have to get it close enough to the front line to actually make work. And then yeah, Dana and SVO do a decent job here as well. Good deck in total. And in the tank tab, we have the key part, the T-72Ss with the severe missile. Now at 240 points as they should be. And a fantastic tank. Severe missile is great. The main gun and frontal armor combo is fine as well. The 11 hit points especially. Decent fire power here with the heavy MGs as well against infantry. But the severe really is what makes the difference here. And then we have some more T-72s around with the 15 frontal armor in the E3 variant and the E2 variant, which doesn't have smoke. That's why we bring them at max vet, so that they can take a bit of stress and that they are as efficient as possible when we use them, and so that we can push them into the enemy from the get-go and get some damage done there. T-72 ME2 here doing a key part in openers and key part to maybe push along the T-72Ss as the follow-up unit whilst they keep the enemy busy with the severes. Yeah, key little unit here as well. The 10 is pretty solid too. And then, yeah, 2 TV cards. You only get one of the E3s, otherwise you would take 2 E3 cards. This way we have to take an A2 card without the smoke as well. Recon, fantastic tap. 2, 1, 4, 3, still great. The speed reduction took it away from being completely busted. It's still a really good recon unit. Get around and spot the enemy. Svatava, still fantastic as well. With the Malyutka, exceptional optics, fantastic to push with the tanks. Can win fights against other recon vehicles pretty reliably. And by stunning them down or killing them with the Malyutka and then finishing them off with 73mm quite often. BMP2 recon with the Push Kumnitsi here, coming around with the RPG 7 VM. E unit as well. The opening with the BMP2 helps in key factors and to hold those positions. And then we have the RT SHPC with the CSR, which gives you important optics as well. Having 2 exceptional optics units in this deck is a really important factor in making the tanks work and getting the stuff done. And then, yeah, the BMP2 fighting capabilities here for the openers, really key factor as well. AA, good too. Ulsas are fantastic currently. Some of the best AA in the game. Yeah, fantastic against helicopters. Good against aircraft. With decent rate of fire there as well. Yestaka, good fire support. Can be pretty helpful there. But also especially solid against helicopters. And then Iglas as your normal man pets. Coming around, we actually take them at 1 vet as per usual. And then in the helicopter tab, we have another unit that helps out really importantly with the openers, and that is the Me to URP, which can help out big time against enemy divisions that don't have 4 deployment AA, where you can ambush enemy ATGM recon vehicles with the Malyutkas, and also deal a bit with light recon infantry with the 23mm. And the Mi-24Ds here can be helpful in the later run with the Falanga P and the rocket pods. Not the strongest rocket pods, and Falanga P not the best missile, but can still block enemy tanks on the side, especially lighter tanks. The 20 pen is still fine. It's pretty slow. Accuracy is not the best, but the enemy still has to respect it. And for 135 points with 2 availability, that is still a pretty good deal. And then in the air, we focus on defense. We don't have any long range AA, so yeah, we focus on the MiG-23 MLA here. They are weaker than their East German counterparts. They only have 10% ECM. The R-23R is one of the weakest long-range missiles. Really low accuracy. Range only mediocre. R60Ms are R60Ms. You at least get 4 of those. So 455 points. At the normal stats, this wouldn't be great. We take them at 1 vet. We go down to 4, but cost efficiency increases, and that's the key part here, as they get better accuracy out of it, 6% more accuracy on all the missiles, and the aim time not that important, but the stress resilience and more importantly the evasive maneuver, which is basically extra ECM, the 8% there. Those are the key parts because of the accuracy to really get these as efficient as possible to actually get some hits on the enemy, and yeah, get around like that. So this is the deck. So let's get to strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, the tank lineup is fantastic. Good mix of lighter T-72s and then the absolutely great T-72Ss here. Then another strength is the recon tab. Great optics, fighting capabilities, a drone. Like, this is a really strong recon tab with only 4 slots filled. This is really good. And then the third strength is the fire support, the artillery. The Danas are good. The SVO is fantastic. Tulipan does a good job as well. You could change Tulipan for a second Dana card, but yeah, currently I feel like with this deck trying to be cost efficient, this is the way to go. Weaknesses. This is not in a good air tab. Rocket MiG-23 here to kill off some enemy ATGM positions is the only strike aircraft to take. Then the MiG-23s are not great fighters. So that absolutely is a weakness. Second weakness is no forward deployment, and in general, a bit of a slow follow-up to the opener. Like, you get some BMP2s there and so on, but all your infantry is pretty slow in the transports, the IFVs, so following up the opener and against fast decks, you have a bit of an issue there. You need to use your helicopters and so on wisely there in those kind of situations. And then third weakness is the lack of infantry in general. 33 infantry, 25 if you take out the fagots. That's not a lot of infantry. We could obviously get a bit more by lowering the veterancy, but that's not really solving the issue, making your guys less efficient. So you have to play around the lower numbers there with using your artillery and your fire support efficiently to get the job done. It is absolutely doable. 27. Right. Yeah, this guy should come at 1 vet. But that's about it here. So this is a really good fun deck. I think it is pretty balanced by now. Still on the stronger side, like low A tier, high B tier. The more I see it, I might have, yeah. But I think it is still a lot of fun to play, and T-72Ss are fantastic tanks. So if you enjoy them, I think this is a great deck for you. And yeah, let me know down below how your experience has gone with these guys in the last couple of days. And if you have any further questions, leave them down below as well. As always, deck link down there as well. See you in the next one.